Okay, so do you guys like the book so far?
I do like the book, and I think it's well written, and I like the way that it's not. It doesn't really have like complicated words or anything, and it's not like as dense. Like when it talks about the philosophies, it's not as dense as Atlas Shrugged was. But some of the things are, I feel, kind of like irrelevant. Like when he like starts listing what he's taking on his trip. Like I don't know. I guess that's just to add to the book to make it more like realistic. But I don't really like see the point in having to read all of that, and I don't really know what to annotate when I read it. But overall, like I like it, and I'm like intrigued to see what's gonna happen because I don't really understand what the book is about right now. It's mostly about just like a trip on a motorcycle.
Yeah, I thought the Atlas Shrugged story was more engaging. Like it's more like the mystery of like who's John Donald, and you're just like, wait, like what's happening? Like who is he? I want to find out who he is. And then the story, it's not like that engaging. I feel like he's just like writing the book for like to speak about his philosophy, and then the story is just like to make
you're more engaged a little bit.
To get through the book, so you're not just like philosophy.
No,
philosophy,
like
philosophy.
Actually,
so I like it, but it's like it's different from Atlas.
Very different. Yeah. I like it, and it's actually kind of weird because I usually hate these kinds of books, like like when we went to the wild, like I didn't really love it. Like I'm not really into these kinds of books, but for some reason, like the things he says, I can really relate to, like the whole thing about technology and how some people like prefer not to know, but it's like you should. I mean, if you're using
the philosophy are like easier to follow.
They're very easy to follow and very relatable, and like at least that makes me want to keep on reading. And like for example, like I remember like it was like a while ago, but he was talking about ghosts, like people don't believe in ghosts, but they believe in the rules of science, and they, like almost religiously, like they don't believe in religion, they don't believe in faith, but they're literally placing their faith in religion and science.
Like that with the gravity thing.
Yeah, it's like how do you know? Because you just know that's faith. Like, I mean, I don't know. I really like that because I was like wonder about those things. So I don't know. It's just like I really like the book, but it can be kind of boring sometimes. Like a little bit. Like I don't really care about the
motorcycle.
The border. No, I like that because it's like a metaphor, I guess. But I don't like the whole like the scenery. Like we're approaching this place. Like I don't know. Like I'm not really a camping person, so that kind of like annoys me. But I really like the philosophy and the way that he, I guess.
What do you mean by metaphor?
Puts it like the motorcycle, like it's not really about like a motorcycle maintenance. It's obviously about
cool, though,
about that. Like from what I
uses it to like technology and stuff.
Obviously.
No, what it is, from what I get it, I could be wrong,
like what do you think?
Is that it's kind of like a metaphor for like the way people look at things. Like you can romanticize things and like take them like Shapiro said, like take them apart and scrutinize them and see like the little details that make it up. Or some people just like look at the big picture. For example, John and Sylvia, big picture, they don't want to know about it, they'd rather just whatever. And then the narrator is like, no, like I want to know about it, I want to know like what I'm like looking at. But it's not about motorcycles, it's about everything, like technology, nature.
I honestly like it so much more than Atlas Shrugged. Like I feel the author engages more with the readers, and in Atlas it's like less relatable.
What do you mean it's relatable?
It's easier to understand. I think personally, there's more.
It's just easier to read.
Yeah, it's an easier read, but it's also because it's more relatable. And the guy tries to kind of get the reader to understand. With Atlas, I feel like she did not even take into account who's reading it. Yeah. And she just like, this is this. This guy kind of gives you more space to analyze in your own way.
Yeah, like he
his
gives
philosophy.
You the information, and then you like do what you want with it. But she kind of like
shoved it. Yeah.
And I like how he like pays close attention to detail. Cause, like, I like how he pays close attention to detail because like he doesn't like. He like kind of like talks about like his surroundings and stuff, which I like because like I feel like it kind of says you need to pay some more attention to like what's going on around you, and he like looks down on like John and Sylvia for not like appreciating, like they screamed at him for like getting them up early and like all this stuff, and he's like more like into what he's doing and he's like really appreciative kind of. So I kind of like how in that sense like the author tells you about that and you can like take them to this, oh I should probably do that more. But in Atlas Shrugged, I feel like it was more like, oh, this is what's happening, and this is the philosophy.
And this is right, and nothing else. With
and
this guy,
repeated it, and he kind of gives you more room to like
to understand it in your own perception.
I feel like, I understand that, but also I feel like there's a little bit too much that the author has like put out there and just like left. Like
he says something and doesn't go back to it. No,
and
it's true.
Chris's like mental illness, like
does he have mental
like
illness?
although
Yeah,
I do like the suspense and like not knowing until like maybe the middle of the book or something.
Well,
I feel like something so like
I feel like it's all
according to
gonna
the
wrap
plot
around
of
though.
the book should be like with a little bit more background.
No,
That's
yeah,
just my
I get where you're
I
coming
get
from,
what you're
but
saying.
that's actually what I like about it. That it's like it makes you want to keep on reading.
It makes you want to.
Throughout, like Alex Drug first
So
20 pages, I already
repetitive.
knew her love to read.
Yeah.
But then why do I keep on reading?
This guy like
whatever,
elongates
but-
it and spreads it out. With Alice, it was a longer book, but it was like said and then just repeating.
Yeah,
the
this one
same
I'm like,
thing.
oh, like, you know, like, oh, what's happening? Like, you don't really,
I didn't get what happened though. Was like I don't know if it was a ghost. Like, is that what he's saying?
Yeah, I feel like
that,
I can't wait to see what else happened to the ghost. Like, 'cause he pretty much acts
like the ghost
by
controls him
like
and
influenced by the ghost. So it's
And I
kind
don't
of
get what that like.
That's
what role
really
plays.
weird.
that
That's
changed
really,
my
like,
perception.
Then we get like sci-fi weirdly. I don't
But
know.
that like changed
Why
my
do you
like.
guys think that we don't know his name? Why don't we know the narrator?
I think it kind of makes it more intriguing because you could. I feel for
like
me
it's
at least, when you're given a name, you automatically like I define people kind of by their names. You make like a picture of them. This guy kind of it's so
be
vague
anyone.
that it could be anyone, anything. So you could make the readers allowed to make their own picture of the guy.
That's true.
Like it's kind of like more like it gives it more like mystery. I think it's cool. And I also like better than Atlas that it has more real life like relationships. Like you see like the tension kind of between the narrator and the son.
Yeah.
And it's more like realistic than everyone's in love with Dagby. Like oh my god, when's the next guy coming? Like okay, we get it's cute, but chill.
No,
That's true.
And now this guy's more like intimate. Like intimate sounds kind of weird, but do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah. What's gonna happen next?
I feel like John and Sylvia should like get in a fight, and the narrator should have to pick a side. That's what I
But John and Sylvia represent the same thing.
Yeah, they have to. They have
Oh,
to.
so
stay
actually, the
together.
beginning of the book,
But weren't they like
he kind of foreshadowed, yeah, like, oh, they have
Sylvia
a.
goes with the narrator.
Sylvia and John? No, because they are against technology, and the narrator.
I really don't want. What I don't want is for John and Sylvia to like go into the act of the narrator, like finally, like I'm technology.
No,
like,
yeah.
They better not because
That'd be
that's
really
so
cliche.
cliche.
Yeah, they better be different. Like
So
the entire
cliche.
time.
They have to
Yeah.
be different.
No, I think I know what's gonna happen. Well, actually, no, I don't.
I
But
think the ghost should influence Chris.
I think
It's not the
that
narrator.
they're gonna be caught in a situation where they're gonna really have to understand technology and maybe like get into like that motorcycle arena, whatever, and that like John and Sylvia are gonna like realize like they're gonna be how right
How
the
important
narrator
it
is to. I mean, that could happen. I really don't
I think
know.
that
It could go
can happen, but I don't want it to.
Yeah,
Because then it's like everywhere goes.
I kind of wish like that. I feel like the ghost like, wouldn't just mention it for no reason. I feel like it's gonna have like a really big
Okay, the ghost is gonna have a huge
so I
part
feel
in
like
it.
since he said
But
the
I don't
ghost,
get that. It's a ghost. Like what?
it's like a ghost that he bases his beliefs on. That's what
Like
I got
instead of
from
a god or religion, he based his
No, I understand that.
philosophies.
It's
I don't know
very
if it's like an
far-fetched.
actual ghost though.
I think it's a metaphor for a ghost. I don't think it's a metaphor.
Maybe it might be it could be actually, but
Because he was saying how like a ghost, like he was saying how.
okay, well it's like some supernatural thing. Let's just say that.
It's just
No, I don't think it is.
I don't think it is.
It's something in his mind. He just saying like, what's it ghost?
Oh,
It's
like
his mind.
so it's not only him. Oh, maybe he's like trying to get like a support, and like so he doesn't look alone. Yeah, that could be it too. I don't know. I can't wait to see what
Like
else
how
happens.
in Kafka, like how in Kafka the guy, and like it kind of seemed like the guy didn't actually have a friend, like in the judgment. Like it kind of seemed like he didn't have a friend in Petersburg.
Oh yeah. Oh, I was so confused on that story.
I'm kind of
No,
confused
but I
with the movie
think
we're watching now because there's also like that creepy ghost, like the guy that comes and like the movie we're watching now, like the guy that has like scars over his face and like whatever, like maybe I don't know. If it's
Alright, but back to the book.
Yeah, back to the book. So, no, I just hope that it doesn't become like that. And you think Chris should be influenced by the ghost? I don't think he
I think
should.
he
If it's
should.
something supernatural again, like I want to see Chris's like psychotic break.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that. No, I don't want to. I want to see him like break finally because he's always like pushed around
He's
kind of
always
by
like,
his dad,
yeah,
and he just is like,
Like,
okay,
I wonder
whatever.
what his, like, opinion
He's
is.
always shut down every time he wants to talk. He's
never
just
had,
shut
He
like,
down.
also got bratty, like from the last time I read it. He was like kind of going against it, so like he's definitely
mean,
gonna
like,
get to a point.
He needs his dad.
Like he's
Yeah,
probably
but
had enough.
but the dad kind of deserves it. Like
The dad kind of doesn't really pay attention.
he doesn't get. Yeah, exactly. So he's waiting to get attention from his dad. But like every other
So it's
father-son
obviously gonna
thing.
happen that he's gonna like something's gonna happen that he's gonna rebel and his personality's gonna